Sound, yeah. I mean, we were creating, 3D sound, basically. I mean, this is the first movie I shot in New York.
It was one of the things that I produced the movie too, but it was one of the few things that we said, we got to spend whatever the money is to get great sound. And that was part of the design that Oren had from the beginning. I mean, we were basically making a silent movie. From this character's perspective, it's not words in his mind. It's space, and the only thing that penetrates that space is sound. And many of us in the city feel the same way. I mean, if you ever stopped and focused on the sound around us, it's just a cacophony. It's stories within stories within stories. So it was always part of this design. It wasn't an afterthought. It was designed that way.
Yeah, I mean, this is, for me, this is the way I hear the city, and I think a lot of us do when we pay attention. It's really, we wanted to do everything that most people who shoot in New York take out of the movie. They want clean sound so they can work with it and they can manipulate it and just add whatever they want. And we wanted it to be dirty. We wanted it to be the feeling of being in New York, and you're walking down the street and you have fragments of conversations and you have dramas happening everywhere and you have lives being lived everywhere. And that was part of the kind of non-judgmental approach of this movie, which is like everybody's fighting a great battle. I mean, like there's who was it that said it? The Plato? Be kind, for everyone is fighting a great battle. I mean, we wanted it to be a movie that feels like New York, that has that particular kind of sound that is rich but actually kind of insane. Because if you do walk down the street, as I did after we finished shooting, I walked around with a bunch of other people and recorded kind of secretly, covertly, we recorded people talking, and it's in the movie. It's all these conversations of real New Yorkers, and I apologize if anyone recognizes their own voice in the movie. Thank you for your help. So we really kind of drew on what New York sounds like, and it's the sound of being busy. It's the sound of living your own life and not really recognizing other people who are in peril, other people who are living these great dramas around the corner. And I'm one of those people. I'm not trying to be, I'm not accusing anyone of living their lives and not noticing that around the corner there's a long line of men trying to get into a shelter, or there's a long line of, of women and children trying to get into a shelter. I didn't recognize it. I was living really close to Bellevue for a long time, and I never saw that line until we actually went to Bellevue. And we actually ended up shooting in Bellevue, in the old Bellevue, where that's an intake center now for homeless men. And we just wanted that feeling of sort of like, you can notice whatever you want. You can listen to something else and not really watch what's in the movie. There were a couple of times when we did friends and family screenings, and when I introduced the movie, I said, keep your cell phone on. If you get a call, take it. Just keep being engaged in your life and see how this movie fits into it. Because we're asking people to watch something that they don't really want to watch in their everyday lives, because they can. You can stop next to a homeless person and start talking to them, and you'll get a full story. Most of them really would want to talk to you. Obviously, there are different stages of mental illness and addiction and problems and all that kind of stuff, but these are all stories happening around us, and we're really lucky to be focusing on one story and making it as real as we can within a fiction movie. So it was really about just creating a sound that feels in the place and feels as real, as much as real can fit into a movie in this particular work.